Southampton. How do you feel?
First, hello from my side. It's a pleasure for me to sit here in front of this, I think, 10 cameras and a lot of media. It's a pleasure for me to sit here, and I'm very proud that the club's decision followed me. And it's a big challenge for me, but it's also for me a logical next step in my career. It's my goal to get my name known here in the Premier League. I had a few successful years in Germany, and it's when I left Leipzig in summer, I was thinking about my next step, and it challenged me that I want to stand in front of a new team with a new language, and to get developed personally, and also in my view of football. And so that's the reason I think I made this decision to come here, to come to Southampton. I had really very good meetings with Ralph Krüger, and it was not a disadvantage that he can speak German also. So for me, it was relatively clear that I can help him in the situation the club is in the moment, and we find a good solution, I think. And the history and the philosophy of this team, I think it fits nearly perfect to my philosophy of playing football, or of how to work in football. And so it was a good decision for me, and I hope, or I'm sure, that it's a good one.
What is the task that you've been set, that the owners told you at the very least you need to achieve here?
The first target is to get out of this relegation zone. It's the near future has to be move as quickly as you can out of this relegation zone. It is tough enough. Our schedule over Christmas. I'm not frightened about it, but the problem in the moment is that we have a lot of games the next days, and if you know my kind of football, you know that there's all about training sessions and working on automatism and on habits. And if you have the chance to do so and to train, it's okay. But when you don't, then it's not so easy to change something in the team. So we have only one session until Saturday. It's tomorrow in the evening. Today is recovering, and tomorrow we have one session, and we will pay attention not to overload them with impact. And it's my goal is to develop them as quick as possible, but we have to pay attention. And so we have one session tomorrow. It's about getting stabilized very quick, mainly in the defense. As you saw yesterday in this match, it was too easy to score against us, although it is one of the top 5 teams, was yesterday with Tottenham. But I felt it was too easy, and you really need to have a good match plan. The guy from the radio before, I told him that because he asked me about the confidence from every player I think about, and I said, okay, maybe they are not in the best self-confidence position in the moment, but then we have to look when their own tree is not beautiful enough, that the wood looks beautiful as together working and in the net acting against the ball in the main part. And when we can stabilize this part of our game, it's only one part from 4, then we are able to force them a little more like we did yesterday.
There have been 3 managers here in 18 months. Did you have any doubts at all about taking the job?
Not really, because when you see the history of my last clubs, I've been there. I know about VfR Aalen, where there were, I think, 8 managers in 5 years before me, and that doesn't frighten me any time. I want to put my footsteps in the snow here, and I think I did it in all the clubs before. I had often a similar situation like we are now in the moment. It's a little bit back to the roots for me. Last year it was maybe easier because I had a fantastic Champions League team and we were on a very high level what our tactical things belong or our also physical things. And now this step is maybe not the easiest one, but I never wanted easy in my life. I always was challenging myself. And I'm looking forward. I'm not afraid of anything.
May I ask, when you first knew there was a potential opportunity for you here at Southampton? Because obviously we need to know how long you've had to look at the team and know the players and know about the way Southampton have been playing. Have you known for some time that the jobs might be available?
No, it went. It was very quick decision then. So you never know what will happen when you as a manager are on holiday and try to charge your batteries up again. What I knew was that a Premier League club will force me more than any German Bundesliga club in the moment. I know this league by heart. It's everything known from me, and here everything is new. The clubs are new. The managers I play against are new. Maybe also the tactic is a little bit different. I feel it is a very physical division where it's very important to have a very good physique. The speed is high, and I don't want to compare it to German. It's a completely different way, maybe to play here sometimes. But I think it's a way I like very much, and I think my kind of football fits very good to this league, and that's what I want to show with my team. It's a very long way and an intensive way and a tough way, but let's just start from today.
Jürgen Klopp has spoken to the English media very highly about you and the job that you can do. You're known, I think, as the Klopp of the Alps. Do you mind that title?
I've heard about that, yes. I don't like it so much. I want to be my own character, and I know him very good. Although he's German, I think he's not so good anymore because he doesn't know what this means, Hüttel. He said it means nothing, but that's not right. I think he's now 3 years in England, and his English maybe is better than his German anymore. But I was laughing about his explaining of my name. It's hard to pronounce, I think, for you.
How do you pronounce it?
Hasenhutti. Yeah.
Are there any similarities at all between you and Klopp?
Yeah, we know each other. I think not. We made we were sitting in the school together, in the football school together, and made our pro license together. And I was always a fan from his football. It was a very proactive way to play. I think he set marks in German with his kind of football, and that really influenced my style, absolutely. But he made a fantastic way as a manager. He was very successful in Dortmund, and then he went to a famous club in the Premier League, and until he's there, they were developing in a fantastic way. It's when I can do it similar or nearly the same, it would be fantastic for me. But that's too far away now. We have in the moment we have other targets and other goals, other problems. But let us start, and then we will see how far away our limits are in the moment.
Finally, from me, obviously you've got Cardiff, a bit of a relegation battle to start with, and then your first home game, I think, is against Arsenal.
Yeah.
You were linked with Arsenal in the summer. Was there ever any chance of you going to Arsenal?
I heard from that. There was no contact. I was always in my mind that for this top 6 clubs in England, my name is not big enough. I didn't won enough. Okay, in every club I worked until now, I was successful, but not in that kind that I can say I won the Champions League or the Euro League, or I don't know what trophy so far. So one time become champion in the second division in Germany is not really a good quality sign for one of the top 6 clubs here. But what my goal was to perform here with my team now in that kind of way I always want to go. Take everyone with us, surround the club and also the medias and everyone to help us to become this club everyone wants to see here, with passion, with a good plan, with the kind of football they like, and when we do so, we can have a fantastic time together, and that's my goal in the moment, and therefore I need everyone. And I have to say what I liked most yesterday was when I saw our crowd supporting our team. I don't know if this would be happen after such a match in Germany when you lose 3-1. Clear without having a chance to win, then the support was fantastic, and that showed me that the relationship between us and the fans is still a good one, and the season so far was really a taste for them. I think it was hard for them to stand, and what I can appreciate is that they have to accept another style of football and another passion in our game. That's for sure. It's a result business, we know that, and we have to take results as soon as possible, and when we do so, we can give them back what they gave us, and that's my goal.
Ralph, have you spoken to any of your former players who are in the Premier League? Pascal, Gross, maybe Keita?
Yes, I did. With Pascal I had a few telephone calls, and he's a fantastic guy. He was my player in Ingolstadt. I watched his career here in England exact and tried to follow him, and I think he made a fantastic first season here, and I was very proud that he did it so well. And he told me about the league, about the clubs now in the bottom of the league, and that it would be very interesting if I come here and try to overtake a club here and to perform with this club. And he's very interesting to see what way I take.
How close did you come to being a Premier League player yourself?
Oh, yeah, 2 chances to come here. It was one time, I think I was on a training session in Chelsea for 2 weeks with the team manager Glenn Hoddle. I think it wasn't that Chelsea that is at the moment, so it was, I think they were also in the relegation zone there. It was a long time ago. And one time I trained for Bolton Wanderers, but I was a young player and has 2 less international games, so it was too high level for me, I think, as a player. So therefore, it's a pity, but I'm very proud now to sit here as a manager.
You spoke about being impressed at the atmosphere of the crowd yesterday, the Southampton fans. What about the spirit showed by your team? Because often when a team is struggling, they can play with fear or certainly low confidence, but that last 20 minutes yesterday at 3-0 down, they seem to show the players are still all together. And
that's what I've seen also. But it's easy when you don't have to lose anything anymore. It's easier to be confident and to try something. Yeah? So when you have this character seen in the first 20 minutes, I would say, okay, they know what to do. I think the main goal is to work together as a team. I saw a few very interesting mistakes we made yesterday, and I think the character and the mentality from the team is okay. Yeah? I think what they need now is a match plan that fits to them, and to find the perfect formation and a tactical summary from a few formations, then we can be less easy played. We can force the opponents more than they did yesterday. Yeah, okay, it was Tottenham. It was a very good team. So for me, the tactical flexibility is a main part of our game. Yeah, a 4-2-2 is my preferred system, but I also can play with 4-3-3 or 3-4-3. So the main goal is to be very active and proactive and try to press very early. It also depends on how much quick players you have, with how much speed they have, and therefore we need to look now and to watch the guys how they compare with the system we want to play them.
And did you say Jurgen Klopp doesn't know what Hasenhutti means?
He knows what Hasen means. Yeah, that's.
What does Hüttel mean then?
Hüttel means it's a small hut. Yeah, yeah. So.
Tony?
It's a small hut for the rabbits when you want.
Tony?
Ralph, have you spoken to the club much about a transfer budget for January? Do you expect to change many players?
I said we just have a look of the players we have now. I want to bring them to their limits. You know, I don't know where the limits are, and if they like to go this way with us, they are invited to. Yeah? And when they follow us, it would be an intensive, hard-working way. And when everyone is pushing his limits to a higher level, then we can see how far it gets with this or this player. And when someone says, okay, no, it's too much running for me, or too much work for me, he will fall very quick beside us. And that's how I want to work until January, and then we have a look.
You would expect to possibly lose some along the way then, maybe with that style?
I don't know. Everyone, we have a very good youth academy here in this club. It's a goal for us to bring them forward again. I think in the past, in the history, there were a lot of players coming out from there, creating a good capital for this youth academy and youth academy. And that's our goal also in the future, to look what will happen there and to perform with these guys and to develop them, and maybe one or the other can help us do it better in the Premier League.
If you do need some funds and you do need to change some players in January though, will there be money available?
At first I think the squad is very big, so we have a lot of positions where we had too much players. I think maybe one or the other is leaving us, and then we can also bring something new here inside. But we have the possibilities. I've spoken with the chairman about that, and he will try everything to stand my wishes.
And just what would you say to the fans? What can they expect to see from a Ralph Hasenhutti side?
They can expect a very passion kind of football with 11 characters on the field. They know exactly what to do. They know what they have to show the crowd. And after the match, although when we not win, I'm 100% sure they will help us and they will appreciate what they have seen. That's for sure. I know that there are no guarantees for winnings. The only chance we have is to work on chances to rise. If we want to have guarantees, you have to buy a wash machine. Yeah, not in football. There are no guarantees anymore. So let us try to rise the chances to win, and when we do so, they will follow us and they will appreciate what we do on the pitch. And when this relationship works, I don't know where the limits then are.